So the Lakers are down 2-0 in this series, heading back to Los Angeles, and I still firmly believe that the Lakers have a real shot at winning the series. I don't think it's a huge anomaly that Denver is up 2-0. I mean, they're undefeated at home just like we are. We are going to eventually have to win on the road, whether it's game 5, whether it's game 7. But Denver has to prove that they can beat us in Los Angeles. And both of the Denver games were extremely close, and the Lakers had a real shot to win both of those games. So I still have a lot of optimism for the Lakers to get the job done in Los Angeles, go back to Denver, tied 2-2. I mean, even the Phoenix Suns did it, and we're better than the Phoenix Suns are. So I firmly believe that Lakers, I think, win handily tomorrow, game 3. Game 4, I think, will be very close, very tight, but I do expect the Lakers to close that out. And then I think this will be a back-and-forth series that could go to game 7. I originally thought that the Lakers would win it in 6, but I thought they would steal one in Denver in one of the first 2 games. So very likely this goes 7, which if we get to a game 7, I trust LeBron James and Anthony Davis in one game. One game, you go in, you do whatever you have to, you make sure you win. I trust the Lakers to get it done. But the Lakers are in a great position compared to another team that, look, if the Lakers do end up getting eliminated, as long as this other team doesn't win, I am totally okay with it, and that is the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics as well are looking at a 2-0 hole, and the difference is they were at home. They lost both games in Boston to Jimmy Buckets in the Miami Heat. And first off, you got to give the Miami Heat a world of credit. Jimmy Butler, a world of credit. Dude, Jimmy Butler's been the best player in these playoffs. It is just dominating. It is beautiful to watch. And look, if the Lakers do manage to lose this series, I really hope Miami wins it then. I really want to see Jimmy Butler win a championship. He deserves it. Man, this guy is just cut from a different cloth. But again, I still trust the Lakers. I think we're going to get a bubble reunion, and in that case, the Lakers need to smack Jimmy Butler right in the mouth and go and dominate that series. But we got to get there, right? Regardless, talking about the Celtics series, again, right? We're tied, battle of 18. That was the hope, right? That's what I wanted to see happen. Lakers versus Celtics. You have that, rivalry, have that story, all of that stuff. Would have been beautiful. Would have been great. I don't see Boston winning this series now. Now, maybe they still won in Miami, because is Boston really going to get swept? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But I think that they might still win. I don't see them beating Miami twice in Miami. I just don't see it. Not the way that Boston executes down the stretch. Any game that's close, Miami's going to win that game. It's just blatantly obvious. The Celtics, that's been their issue the entire playoffs. Late game execution, closing down the stretch. They just don't have it. Jason Tatum just completely disappears at times. And Miami, Jimmy Buckets is going to show up. So Boston, I'm pretty confident when I say that I believe that they're done. I think Boston is going to go down at bare minimum 3-1, and wouldn't shock me at all if Miami swept them. And then Miami is going to advance and play the winner of the Nuggets and the Lakers. I do believe, if I'm being honest, I think whoever wins this series between the Lakers and the Nuggets, I do believe is going to win the NBA championship. Miami is great, but I mean, we've seen the Nuggets and how good they are. We've seen how good our Lakers are. I think both of those teams are better than Miami. I just don't think Miami has enough to beat both of those teams. But hey, they've had a road, right? They've beaten the two, or once they beat the Celtics, they'll have beaten the two favorites to come out the East, and the two favorites to win the NBA championship this year. So, you can't doubt Miami, can't rule Miami out. But I am pumped. I am so excited to see them just smack the Celtics. I'm curious to see what is Boston going to do in this offseason. Are you going to split up Brown and Tatum? Like, does Brown want to stay there? You got to retool at this point, right? Because, this team is only getting older. The pieces, they got to get another reliable scorer, because Tatum and Brown are they're not reliable enough at times, and you need that third guy, I think, for them. Also, you have Tatum and Brown, they're just too predictable. Like, the Celtics are way too predictable offensively. They just are, right? Like, what it's a lot of isolation, give it to those two, and those two are just trying to make plays. Where, a team like, you look at Denver and it's like, man, they are so hard to guard, right? Because they're just doing all kinds of different actions. And, you have Jokic, who's just an incredible passer. But, again, I think whoever comes out of this Western Conference Finals is going to end up winning the NBA championship. And we need it to be the Lakers, right? Now, again, the Lakers-Celtics rivalry, I would still love to see that, right? Like, I wouldn't be mad if Boston ended up winning this series against Miami, ends up making it to the NBA Finals, as long as the Lakers end up there as well. Because I just don't want the chance of Boston winning. You know what I mean? Like, I think Denver would smack Boston. I really do. But they don't have great defense, so that's a little concerning. How are they going to match up to Brown and Tatum? And there's definitely question marks where I think the Lakers defensively can match up to Brown and Tatum and Marcus Smart and all the guys on Boston. So I actually think that we could beat Boston rather handily, especially the way that they just collapse, right? Again, Boston is way more predictable. Boston also just collapses down the stretch. I think the Lakers would run through the Boston Celtics if they were to meet in the NBA Finals. Look, this to me puts more incentive if you're the Lakers, right? Because if you're the Lakers and you're LeBron James, you got to be looking at this like, this is our toughest matchup. If we beat the Denver Nuggets and we make it to the NBA Finals, we might win the NBA Finals in 5 or 6 tops, right? So I don't know. I really do believe the Lakers are going to win the 2 home games. I know I've seen a lot of Laker fans or people that say that they're Laker fans just completely count out the Lakers and just saying the series is over and all that stuff, which just makes zero sense to me. You have to win 4, not 2. And again, Denver has to beat the Lakers in Los Angeles. If they don't, then we got a game 7, right? That's what that means. Now, again, Denver doesn't have to beat the Lakers in Los Angeles. They just have to win all their home games. So the pressure is on the Lakers to get the job done. But I just believe that the Lakers will. I believe if we get to a game 7, I trust LeBron James and Anthony Davis one game to put their heads down and just go score. I could see LeBron James going off for 50 plus if he has to, doing whatever he has to. Anthony Davis having a monster game. I just can't. I can really and genuinely see the Lakers closing this out in a game 7 if it gets there. Ideally, Lakers figure it out and they put their heads down. Because look, the Lakers defensively have shown that they could slow down the Nuggets. Like, they have fully shown that they are capable of slowing down the Nuggets. The problem is Denver is just so good offensively that whenever the Lakers just let up even slightly, Denver's so good that they're just right back into the game and taking the lead, and now Lakers are playing catch it. Like, Lakers have to play 4 quarters against Denver, right? They were able to take sequences off or quarters off against the Warriors and against the Grizzlies, and they might even be able to do that against the Celtics or the Heat. But clearly, we can't do that against Denver. And I expect the Lakers to at least give us 4 quarters in game 3. I really think the Lakers are going to win game 3 handily. I think they win by at least double digits. And then game 4, I think, will be tight. You win game 4. Now you're back to having the Denver Nuggets in pressure, right? Because if the Denver Nuggets lose game 5, all of a sudden they're in trouble. Now they're going back to LA in an elimination game. So Lakers have all the pressure right now because they have to win 2 straight. They have to, right? They go down 3-1. It's not impossible for them to come back, but come on. It's just, at that point, it's like, it's rough. But if they win both games, well, now you just shifted the pressure. Now the pressure is on Denver to go back to Denver. And the last 2 games in Denver were decided by 11 points total. And now we gotta try to win this game, because if we lose this game, now we gotta go win in LA where we haven't been able to beat them, and it just becomes a different series. So Lakers have to keep grinding, have to keep putting the pressure, have to keep doing what they're doing. They gotta execute better, and I believe that they have a real chance. And credit Miami, man. Miami's just unbelievable. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Are you like, yeah, at least as long as Boston doesn't win it, who cares? Do you think no? If the Lakers were to get eliminated, are you kind of with me where you're like, man, I really want Jimmy Butler to win a chip? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are.